All right, we're heading back to the Sunshine State to visit Amalie Arena. This is Rinks Around the League. Let's go. Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Rinks Around the League. I'm your host Jeff Nash, and on this episode, we're heading to Tampa, Florida to visit the Amalie Arena, home of the Tampa Bay Lightning of the NHL. Construction of Amalie Arena started April 14th, 1994, and it opened on October 20th, 1996 at a cost of $139 million, and is owned by Hillsborough County. The rink was financed with $86 million coming from the city of Tampa and $53 million coming from the Tampa Bay Lightning. Its seating capacity is 19,092. The scoreboard measures 46.6 by 25.6 feet. Amalie Oil Company owns the naming rights, but terms were not disclosed. Average secondary market ticket price ranks them 14th in the league at $137. Now, before we go into the details of Amalie Arena, it's worth noting that just recently in 2018, Hillsborough County just passed a $61 million renovation budget for infrastructure to the arena. Now, the agreement surrounding this injection of funds requires the Lightning to stay in Tampa until the year 2037. Now, let's dive into the rink itself. Amalie Arena is just an amazing building. It's one of the top rinks in the league. Now, the rink itself is located in the city's Channel District, which sets it up for some classic Florida imagery with all the palm trees. Now, from the truly unique club levels to the amazing outdoor patios to the inside bowl, this rink has a lot of character and a lot of cool features. Now let's start with that giant screen. With the newer rinks around the league coming online, it gets lost in the size comparison, but it's still one of the largest in the league. But they do a really good job of sectioning off different parts of the screen for different media. Really cool graphics showing stats of players during warm-ups is just an example. Now let's head over to that organ. That organ was installed in 2011 and cost $1 million. Now the organ itself is really big and quite impressive, but it's the facade behind the organ that makes it a pretty unique feature in the rink. The behind the organ and the organist is this huge facade that has a team word mark on it, and it takes up almost the entire section. Underneath it, they've integrated a really cool club called Between the Pipes, which gives you a pretty unique perspective of the rink. It lights up and flickers with the lightning. It's pretty impressive. But now let's head over to those club levels. Now they have some really impressive and polished club levels, as well as some awesome patio locations, which is probably good for the entire season down in Tampa. Now for me, born and raised in the cold Canadian prairies, just the fact of having outdoor patios for hockey games is such a novelty, and it's a pretty cool concept. Now the patios on one side of the rink overlook the equally impressive Thunder Alley, which is located just outside the front doors of Amalie Arena. This multi-use space doubles as a watch party location for Tampa road games, as they have a massive screen stage on the parking structure for fans to cheer on the team even when they're not playing at home. All of these features make for an amazing fan experience. Lots to do pre and post game. And this takes us to one of the coolest features of the rink. And you have no idea it's there unless you actually see a game there live in person. And that is those two hanging Tesla coils. The Lightning installed these massive coils that generate large bolts of electricity every time the team is introduced or when they score a goal. You never see these on broadcast, so it was a total surprise to me to see these things go off when I was there for the first game. They have two in total, one on each end of the rink. And when you go to a game and you see bolts of electricity coming out of these things, it's really cool. It's really impressive to see. And one thing that I noticed is that the noise of the Tesla coils and the goal horn kind of sound the same, and I don't know if that was intentional or not, if they actually designed the goal horn to kind of replicate the sound of the Tesla coils. So Lightning fans, let me know if you think that it's just pure coincidence or it's by design. Let me know in the comments below. Now this takes us to their amazing in-game presentation. Now again, it's one of these things that you have to go to a game to experience, but they really use the Be the Thunder theme to their advantage. They really do a good job pulling this off in-game. The way they build up a feeling of a storm coming on with the lighting, the rolling thunder sound effects, and those Tesla coils, they pull it off in almost perfect synchronization. It's really cool to experience. And it really plays well with the Tampa crowd. Now with all that, is there anything else I like about the rink? One detail that I was impressed with, and you probably won't even notice, is the fact that at one end of the rink, they have this huge Oregon, Tampa Bay, Florida facade, and it takes up a lot of room. It almost takes up an entire section, which in other rinks would be filled with rows of seats for ticket-paying fans. And that's what's impressive to me, is that this building is so big and so well planned that they almost kill an entire section of seats that have this gigantic organ, and yet they still pack in over 19,000 people in this rink, which kind of shows other rinks that you can still have really iconic pieces in bowl and still pack in a lot of fans in that bowl. The overall design of the building is really impressive, really modern. They pack a lot of stuff into that building, and the addition of the outside Thunder Alley would make it an amazing experience come playoff time. Now, is there anything I don't like about the rink? Not really. It's an amazing building. It's well thought out, it's got a ton of character, has a lot of food and bev options, and Thunder Alley just outside. So if you're a hockey fan, I'd highly recommend going. All right, Tampa fans, let me know. What are your thoughts of your rink? It's pretty impressive. Is there anything that I'm missing? All right, that does it for this one. On the next episode of Rinks Around the League, we're heading to the 6th to visit Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, home of the Toronto Maple Leafs. As always, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at _theRinks, on Facebook at The Rinks, and on YouTube at Rinks Around the League. Hit subscribe and ring that bell. Probably my fondest memory of Amalie Arena is we did a show called Ask an Oiler, and we actually did a very special episode with Wayne Gretzky. Now, when I was a kid growing up near Edmonton, obviously Gretzky was one of my childhood idols, so to do a video with him was really cool. And with Gene with Sportsnet, we did this 2-part interview with him, and he was really fun. It was really cool. I'll include some links in the description below. You can check it out.